Hello, welcome to Tarot for Our Times. This is Sarah, your medium on the go. And of course, the big news today has been the DOJ meeting up with Ghislaine Maxwell in wherever she is to give a deposition. Apparently, this is supposed to take place over a couple of days. Now, I was watching, I've been watching since the news has been breaking so fast. I've been watching a number of these different YouTube channels. But earlier, I caught Jennifer of the iHip podcast interviewing Don Lemon, formerly of CNN. And, they were talking about how, of course, she's going to lie and say, that Donald had nothing to do with this underage thing, blah, 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 and that's going to get MAGA back in his corner. And I think there is some truth to it, but I think there are those that would the hardcore people. I don't think they're going to all come back. I think they're dripping away support. I would say that with the rest of us, I would find anything this woman has to say very hard to believe because, as I have been learning from watching these various things, that part of her conviction was perjury. And so she's known to be a perjurer. Also, the fact that wasn't mentioned that in order for her to get these children for Epstein, she had to lie to them. Tell them, oh, you're gorgeous, you're going to be a model. She had to lure them in somehow. So, unfortunately, the victims are being forgotten about. But I think the big thing is the very, very smooth lies she told to these little girls and probably little boys too. So what I would like to, we know that she will do anything to get out of prison. I think it's one of these be careful what you wish for. So in the thumbnail, I had her as the Queen of Swords. Now actually this is really the Queen of Swords reversed, because I have her in the dominatrix costume. I have her holding the sword down instead of this, and all these other cards, they're holding it up. Swords pointed down to me are lies. They're lies. They're about communication, this sort of thing, but when you see them in a downward position, it means that she's not going for the highest and the best, but actually lies. I suspect, and this is for entertainment purposes only, I suspect she was one of those little kids that, the lies would just flow very easily with her. I think that she really is a pathological liar. So I don't think any reasonable person is really going to be thinking about anything that she says is especially trying to exonerate Trump is true. So I don't think this is going to work. And the cover-up stories they're just coming in by the hour, sometimes by the moment. So with her history and everything, I don't think people are going to be believing her. But I do want to see what the cards have to say. I want to see if there's any insight we can get to see what might have happened today. Apparently that, I forget his name, but that Assistant Attorney General is, surprise, surprise, one of Taco's defense attorneys. So this is his, the DOJ is once again his personal law firm, and the whole thing about when he was accusing the previous administration of weaponizing it. I mean, talk about projection. So we're going to look at that, and I want to see, their question is, will he get away with it? Now, that earlier podcast I saw, I think that they were a little bit worried that he would, to a certain extent, but I don't think it's going to go back to the way that it was when he's, delayed a lot of things, and then Judge Cannon dismissed the documents, trial, and all this sort of thing. Although I do agree with Don Lemon when he was saying he may not. This may see. I don't think at anything one thing is going to do him in, and I think that's what he was saying. But he's saying, but you know something, the magic is gone. And I really thought that was quite a very insightful thing. That he may be sliding through, but all of this is it's all going to add up. And I do go along with what Hogarth said the other day about, I think he did his solo show. And he said it's like a jumper, a sweater that you pull a little stray piece of yarn, and it starts to unravel slowly until it picks up momentum. And I really believe that this is what is happening. I do not believe in the magic like poof, he's going to be gone. I mean, again, look at Watergate. Look at the time. Nixon was gone by the second year in office, more than halfway through his 8 months into his second year. So we're really early. So this is all piling up. So I really want to see, what happened to speculating for entertainment purposes only. What happened today? And that she had that big box with her. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, and then they continue tomorrow. So this is day 1. Try to make it look good, I guess. Okay, so as our base card, we have the Ace of Cups. This is telling me that this may be a very big emotional thing. And we are going into the new moon, which is pretty much about manifesting, regrouping. We are in Mercury retrograde, which is, this has been like machine gun, boop, 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 new things. And this is an instance where Mercury retrograde can be our friend, because the opposition could be screwing up big time. I mean, now the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal's getting stuff now, the New York Times. So this is the whole energy is very emotional to try to get him off the hook, and maybe getting something from her that will appeal to the masses emotionally. I doubt it, but I think that's what they are going for. So there aren't a lot of facts. It's like that whole thing with accusing Obama of whatever, that's purely out of the feelings and without any kind of facts to back it up. So let's see what the energy is with that. And we have the Five of Wands in reverse. So this is pretty much inner conflicts. I think there's a lot of people in the DOJ that are very conflicted about this. And any conflict that's going on, I think they're doing a very big effort into not letting that leak out. So this is a lot of that is avoiding a conflict at all costs, and to show the DOJ as a united front, but it isn't. it's just another thing they're covering it up. So in the before leading up to this, okay, what do we have here? Oh, again. Interesting. Again. Oh, no, sorry. No, this is the, this is the Five of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. And this is it's interesting because this is also a struggle. This is the fight the guy has before stealing the sword. So there is some kind of a conflict as to I think that the Five of Swords in its regular card would be about, walking away with stealing the truth in this bogus discussion. But in this one, they're fighting, getting ready as to maybe how they're going to approach her. And again, this is the secret. So the after we have, not much give and take here. This whole thing is telling me, this is the one hand washes the other upright, but it doesn't seem to be working. Now in this one, he's done giving these people, the coins, and they're leaving. They don't seem to be very happy. They don't seem to have anything. So this is working up to a big, are they kidding? Let's see the underlying. We have, they're really, really worried. They have been worried about this since they said, nothing to see here. And that has backfired. So then we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles reversed. I'm going to say that not only do they have to deal with this, but I am seeing this as the taco emotional and cognitive stuff, health, and his physical health declining. With the he's actually has the emotion of this little kid here who's just a kid, like a 5-year-old with failing mental and physical health, and having the right under the Ace of Cups, having the emotional capability of a kid. So they're dealing with that. I guess why the Project 25 thought he would be a good pawn, useful idiot, that's all backfiring. So then we have here, this may be their last ditch attempt in trying to get everything in order, to get the story straight, to let this, as far as he's concerned, to get him off the hook. But I've always found it interesting that the figure here he's so intent on the work that he has on the individual coin that he fails to see what's going on with it. He just puts them up there, forgets about it. So this is pretty much telling me that they're not seeing the big picture. So let's see. The opposition of this is Page of Swords in reverse. This is the spy in the camp and the whistleblower. Too many whistleblowers, and as I strongly feel that they can have her say he had nothing to do with any of this till the cows come home. But there are too many whistleblowers. And look, young person, Wouldn't it be something, they've had the girl whistle blows, wouldn't it be something if they had some boys coming out of the woodwork to, satisfy some other particular taste? That hasn't been mentioned, so this is that, so that you might expect to see this. So on the conscious level, we have the Nine of Wands. So although they've been wounded, that they're getting up to fight another day, and this may be, unless there's something else, I'm thinking this may be one of their big last ditch attempts before they just start throwing stuff at the wall. So consciously, okay, we may be losing the battles, but we're gonna try again to win the war. On the subconscious level, we have this again with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is like they think they're giving, they think that she's going to be giving them something of worth, when in fact she won't, because it sounds like it'll be a big lie. So we have two of these coming up. So let's see. What do I put this, okay. So looking in the past, we have the Lovers. Okay. So this is the guy in the shorts that I drew on for the YouTube. The Adam figure. He's approaching Eve, hoping that, which I think is Ghislaine. So we have DOJ dude and Ghislaine sort of lying there seductively saying, oh, I've got some good stuff to give you. And so, but she's kind of being coy. I think that she's sort of luring them into something because she really wants to get out of the, not that jail is not exactly the Garden of Eden. So so they're approaching her. So this is the day the DOJ guys are approaching her. But the way she looks, it's like, it's like that seductive thing. I'm going to say what they want to hear so I can seduce them. She is in a really seductive pose. Look at this. Because I really want to get out of prison, so I'm going to I'm just going to seduce them and make them believe that I'm telling the truth to get out. So, in the present of what today is, interesting pentacles are showing up. I'm kind of wondering that there's got to be some money involved in this. Look at this, pentacles, pentacles, and wands. Okay, we've got the two of pentacles. So what they're trying to play the balancing game of, we know she's bullshitting, but we have to make it look like she really isn't bullshitting. So she's schlepping that box in to say, oh, I've got proof that he had nothing to do with something like that. But see, that ship is not too steady. So I think there could be, there could be some money involved. She comes from a lot of money. So there could be some money involved. I really would not put it past her to say, you could definitely profit from this. So I think there may be some money. Yeah, look at all this. A lot of them are in reverse, which is telling me that's ill-gotten gains. I learned a little bit about her father, kind of unsavory person. So in the near future, okay. To me, the Seven of Swords says they're going to take her lies out and sell them and hope that nobody notices that this is a theft of our, of any kind of our, it's an insult to our intelligence. That's what I'm saying. They're going to try to pass off a lot of bullshit, hoping that we don't notice that it is bullshit. But then they looks like we're getting away with it, but that is not very long. So this is all telling me that she's not a stupid woman. She's pretty much telling them what she wants to hear, but she's doing it in a very cagey way. So they say she's answering all the questions. She's probably lying her ass off. Okay, so in the near future we have interesting. Here she is kind of on her own, but I'm going to say this dog, or probably a wolf, is the DOJ, and here she's picked up the poisonous serpent in the road, which is telling me in the incorrect way of handling it that somebody's going to get bit. She thinks she's giving the illusion of shining the light in one hand, and she's got the poisonous animal in the other hand. And if she gestures, that DOJ dog is going to be bit. Which is saying that she may be telling them stuff that could sincerely backfire. I'm wondering if maybe she thinks they're really stupid, and they, because they so much want to hear the stuff like, let's have her tell us all this stuff that we can shut this down. Otherwise, as everybody's been saying, from Don Lemon to Ben Meiselas, it's like, just show us the damn files. Just, this is, it looks like this is, and this is also this, the snake charmer in the sideshow. So this is a big sideshow that she has kind of come up with by herself. I think she's got her lawyers, but I think she's telling, I know what to say. I know what to say, and I can make it sound good. So next we have the Knight of Cups. So this is a stalking predator, but the first thing that came into my mind is that, this is probably the dead Epstein, the seducer, this or that. So she may be doing a little boo-hoo who he's dead, and how are you she has got to be assuring her safety. But they were birds of a feather, predators, very predatory, the way they went after these children. And yep, he's taking a celebratory swig, but it's also there could have been some substance abuse too, so this is making me wonder if I'm sure he did a few lines back in his time, but I would also, what is telling me is that may be what they were giving the kids too. That would help, because that helps to get them in the mood or lower their inhibitions. So okay, we've got that. So in the hopes and the fears for the DOJ is the Three of Wands. Or is that the two? Yeah, Three of Wands. So I think what they're saying is when they get what they want for her, they would love to have her. They want to have her leave the country, go to Israel, go to England, go wherever. But that woman will never be able to walk down a street again or go into a cafe and read a book. That what this is saying is once they get what they want from her and get her, not only get her out of jail, but get her to another country and have her be gone. that's the first step. I think if she proves to be problematic, I don't think her life is going to be. So that is the fear. But I think the fear is that, you can get out of the country, but then there's the internet. So they're a little bit fearful that maybe but at least get her out of the States. But the fear is that she could still be problematic, because who knows? Maybe there could be some. When seeing these pentacles and some of them in reverse, makes me wonder if it's possible that she could be blackmailing, if not for money, but some material thing. And the thing about blackmailers is they never quit. They're stupid. They never quit and they get killed. Okay. So it is for entertainment purposes only, but I'm wondering if there is some kind of compensation that she may be offered monetarily. Because she is a material girl. She may come from money, but lawyers cost money. So, let's see. So the concluding card of what happened today was, here's our boy, King of Pentacles in reverse. So, she's dealing with the corrupt king and trying to do the spin of taking the blame off of him. But she may, aside from her this is all telling me that aside from her freedom and protection, because protection could be there is protection, but there are other demands that she's making. Very well could have been with all of this here. That's very possible that maybe it was more of a term setting session today. If I tell you this, what do I get out of it? I think she did answer some questions, but she wants more than just the get out of jail free card. Now, it may be that they may be bartering as to, well, we got to keep her in jail a little while longer because emotions are really high, as the Ace of Cups. Yeah, leave her in there for another year or so, or maybe, I think that could be a bargaining thing, but maybe, she's still in the United States, so there's that whole thing that I really think they just want to get her out of here, where she can do less harm. So I think a lot of it was about, I'll answer this. I'll answer this the way you want me to, but this is what I want. So there could be some in-prison stuff, safety concerns, luxury concerns, because she is a spoiled brat too, and very entitled. So she may want the rich girl's privileges and not to be amongst the riffraff. So there's a whole lot of things. So with the money thing and maybe not wanting conflicts with her either, because she could start saying some things that are kind of incriminating. I think she's what all of this looks like. She's holding this over their head like, I can turn. So today was probably, I think she gave them some good tastes, but I think today was about setting the terms. And God, I hope we're not going to be paying for this, but I fear that maybe we will out of our taxes. So with all of this, and this is going to be a short one, I want to see, is he going to get away with this? I mean, I can't see it working, but there may be people that seem to think that he's once again going to get away with it. I only think to a certain degree, but I think this is not the face in the crowd, hot mic, good night, you suckers moment. But I think it is the sweater unraveling, the fabric getting threadbare, and a lot of people getting kind of sick of him because he's getting, okay. So, alrighty. So I want to see if at this point what he's going to get away with. So let me give this quickie shuffle, although I always put mix the cards in the deck. So I'm going to see, is he going to just breeze away with this stuff? Like, I mean, I have my own ideas, but then my own messages from the guides, etc. But I just want to see what the cards have to say. Okay, so here we have, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The boy isn't as golden as he is. I think you've got this, and it's funny because it came up in another deck, that I think you've got is the mental and physical decline and the immaturity, like, wow, we'll get Obama. So, okay, let's see what we have. I think I'll do a mini version of the, okay, so then the energy of this is the alliances of people trying to protect him. He got his cabinet of enablers. So it may not work. So let's see what's going to happen. So, okay, so I'm going to do a past. Okay, the stuff that this is like, yep, they're getting ready to go into their little garden, but it isn't going to be the same. It's like what has worked in the past to get him off the hook is not going to work this time. So that's kind of in the past, coming up to the present, where he is at now. Wowie, and you saw me shuffle these. King of Pentacles in reverse. So, as I say, he is, the various facets of his personality are represented by kings reversed, and the Emperor reversed is kind of like the whole thing all together. So, I've often said that the King of Pentacles is the king of the ill-gotten gains, the corrupt thing, but also Pentacles are about health. So this is, the old man is not healthy. He's corrupt and he's not healthy, and I think the thing is that his people are starting, or the Project 25 people are starting to see this. That would explain that Vance going up cozy with Rupert Murdoch. That's another reading. So, where he's now, the health isn't doing too well. I also think that, easy come, he got all of that crypto stuff. I think he may be losing that too. I think that billions he made in like the first 5 minutes of him taking the oath, I think that's going to evaporate, because I've always seen him leaving with not much money. Plus, he's still got to fork out for E. Jean Carroll. So let's see. What a cheapskate. Okay, so then we have in the near future, he will be playing the give and take. The one hand washes the other. If you do this, I'll throw a few crumbs. And see, these people they're starting to get a little bit threadbare. What this is saying is that game is getting a little bit on the long in the tooth thing. This all goes back to he's going to keep doing the stuff that has worked before that may not be working so well. So let's see what we have coming up in the future. So the after tarot is it's the Chariot, and it's at the end of the ride because it's the after tarot. The Chariot is parked, and the engine that was driving it, like these two critters here, they're walking away. They are walking away. They're saying, like, we're done, we're walking away. So this is saying that a lot of those who carried him are not going to be carrying him as strongly. Now, I'm not saying that the whole MAGA crew is going to walk away, but some of the people that have been carrying him, and it's not like they're running, they're just kind of walking away like, okay, we're done. And that person is there just sort of thinking like, oh, the Chariot's going to move, but he isn't paying attention. These guys are walking away. So the concluding card for this is Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this is usually the bargaining, let's make a deal card. What this is saying is that this is the illustration. See, now, as I've been saying, that this is going to bleed, the Epstein thing is going to bleed into other things. So this is a clear reminder that the deals that he's making, see him holding the pentacle out there, is nothing. It's nothing. He's talking to no one. No one in the world is taking it. I wrote a letter, so the deal is made. So he's kind of barking and bargaining with nobody. That's it. So while this may not be the ending, what this is and also the Chariot is saying is that he is approaching the end of the road. He definitely is reaching the end of the road, but this whole spread is saying he's the old dog doing the old tricks, and it's not going to work. It'll sort of carry him along for a while, but not in the way it did like 7 or 8 years ago. And he may be running out of bargaining chips here, but he's going to do the same stuff, but it's sort of like he's going to be talking to fewer and fewer people. So I would say that maybe in a sense with the Ghislaine Maxwell, that those, see, it's coming down to those that really want to believe that he has nothing to do with child trafficking. They're going to believe it, and they will hang on to everything. But that crowd's getting a little bit diminished and getting kind of threadbare there. So I think it might seem to be, oh, he's getting away with it again, but not really, because as he goes along on the journey of the Chariot here, he's just getting weaker and weaker, and he doesn't have the forces pulling it. Part of it being is he just nilly-willy throws people under the bus, and that, I think, is really going to catch up with him. So this pretty much confirms the thing. No, it doesn't end everything, but what this is all telling me is that there are going to be some young people that were trafficked, and now they're all grown up, that is probably as part of their therapy and everything. Some will be anonymous, and some will not be so anonymous. And since he's getting to the point of the emperor's new clothes, which are none, I think that victims will be smelling that blood, that old blood in the water, and are very likely to come out and start spilling. And that to me will be more powerful than anything that Ghislaine Maxwell has to say. So he may get a little bit of a bump for it, but I don't think it's going to last. So at any rate, I will see you soon. So bye bye for now.